Gentlemen, style starts at the top. Your face is the masterpiece of your life's work. The hat is the frame. Ask yourself, why would you put a cheap plastic frame around a priceless painting? Too many men invest thousands in suits and shoes only to destroy their authority with a $10 piece of foam on their head. It creates a contradiction. It says, I am successful from the neck down, but I am confused from the neck up. Today we identify the 3 hats that make you look like a caricature, and we replace them with the crowns of a gentleman. Let's fix the frame. Archike 1. The manchild, the backward baseball cap. Let us begin with the most pervasive offense in modern casual wear, the backward baseball cap. I see this everywhere. Men in their 50s, 60s, and even 70s walking through airports or sitting in cafes with the brim of their hat pointing down their spine. We call this archetype the manchild because it is a direct manifestation of the Peter Pan syndrome. It is a subconscious scream that says, I refuse to grow up. Now, I understand the impulse. You think it looks laid back. You think it looks rebellious. You remember seeing cool guys doing this in the 1990s. But here is the harsh reality of anatomy. The backward cap is physically unflattering for the mature man. Why? Because the brim of a hat serves a visual purpose. It frames the eyes and balances the nose. When you rotate that brim 180 degrees, you are removing the frame from the picture. Worse, you are exposing the 2 areas that betray age the most, the hairline and the back of the neck. When a man passes 50, the skin on the neck begins to lose elasticity. We get wrinkles. We get turkey neck. The backward cap acts like a spotlight, drawing the viewer's eye directly to the nape of your neck and the undefined line of your jaw. It highlights exactly what you should be softening. It does not make you look like a cool 25-year-old skater. It makes you look like an older gentleman who is confused about which direction he is walking. Unless you are currently crouching behind home plate catching a 90-mile-per-hour fastball in the major leagues, there is absolutely no reason for your brim to be facing backward. So, do we ban the baseball cap entirely? Absolutely not. The baseball cap is an American classic. But we must execute the gentleman's upgrade. First, turn the hat around. The brim goes forward. It creates a shadow over the eyes, adding mystery and masculine structure to the face. It protects your skin from the sun. It does the job it was designed to do. Second, and most importantly, we must change the material. Stop wearing the free polyester caps you got from a golf tournament. Stop wearing caps with sports team logos unless you are actually at the stadium. To wear a cap with dignity in your 50s, you need to upgrade to luxury textures. Look for a dad hat or a 6-panel cap made of suede, flannel, or cashmere. Imagine a rich chocolate-brown suede cap or a charcoal gray wool flannel cap. Do you feel the difference? The shape is the same, but the texture tells a completely different story. It says, I am relaxed, but I appreciate quality. It pairs perfectly with a bomber jacket or a heavy sweater. It elevates a casual Sunday outfit into something intentional. You are no longer a man-child clinging to youth. You are a man of leisure, enjoying his success. That is the difference between a costume and a wardrobe. Archike 2. The fake gangster, the cheap Trilby. Now we move to the most dangerous item in a middle-aged man's wardrobe. This is the hat that you think makes you look like Frank Sinatra, but actually makes you look like a backup dancer in a bad music video. We are talking about the stingy brim Trilby. Let's clear up a massive misunderstanding right now. Many men confuse this with a fedora. They are not the same. A classic fedora has a wide, generous brim that extends out to shield the face. A trilby has a tiny, narrow brim that curls up sharply at the back. It sits perched on top of the head like a garnish rather than a garment. We call this archetype the fake gangster because it attempts to borrow the tough guy aesthetic of the 1920s or the jazz cool of the 1950s, but in modern context, it looks entirely performative. It creates the costume effect. When you wear this, especially the cheap synthetic versions sold at beach kiosks or department store checkout counters, you do not look stylish. You look like you are auditioning for a role that you didn't get. The biggest failure here is not just cultural, it is geometric. Style is about playing with proportions to flatter your anatomy. As we age, our faces tend to get a bit fuller, and our bodies get a bit broader. When a man of stature puts a tiny, narrow-brimmed hat on a large head, it creates a disastrous optical illusion. The small hat makes the head look gigantic. It emphasizes the roundness of the face instead of adding angularity. It lacks the visual weight to balance out broad shoulders. Essentially, it looks like a toy hat resting on a grown man. Furthermore, wearing a structured hat like this with a t-shirt and jeans is a stylistic contradiction that screams, trying too hard. So, how do we fix this? We need headwear that respects the shape of your skull and the width of your shoulders. We have two perfect upgrades. For the cooler months, your best friend is the flat cap, also known as the ivy cap or newsboy cap. This is the definitive old money casual hat. Unlike the trilby, which fights against the shape of the head, the flat cap follows the natural curve of the skull. It is streamlined. It is aerodynamic. Whether you choose a tweed herringbone for a countryside look or a sleek wool blend for the city, this hat frames the mature face beautifully. It hides a receding hairline withat looking like you are hiding anything. It suggests a man who is practical, grounded, and masculine. Think Peaky Blinders, but refined for the modern day. For the summer, if you want a brim, commit to the wide-brimmed Panama. Real straw, hand-woven, with a brim that is at least 2.5 inches wide. The wider brim matches the width of your shoulders, creating a harmonious silhouette. It provides actual shade for your eyes and neck. It looks intentional and expensive. The rule is simple. If the brim is so small it looks stingy, throw it out. You want a hat that is generous, just like the man wearing it. Archetype 3, the walking billboard, the trucker logo hat. We finally arrive at the absolute bottom of the style hierarchy. If the backward cap is juvenile and the trilby is a costume, then the cheap trucker hat is an act of surrender. I am talking about those high-profile hats with a foam front, a plastic mesh back, and a snap adjuster that digs into your scalp. They usually come in neon colors, camouflage patterns, or feature giant, aggressive logos. Sometimes they carry funny slogans like "Beer Lover" or branding for a tractor supply company that gave the hat away for free. We call this archetype the walking billboard because, quite literally, you have rented out the most valuable real estate on your body, your forehead, for $0 per month. Let's analyze the message this sends. When a man over 50 wears a hat that he clearly got for free with a purchase of motor oil, it signals a complete lack of intentionality. It says, "I do not value my appearance enough to invest in it, so I will wear whatever is closest to the door." It screams gas station fashion. It devalues everything else you are wearing. You could be wearing a $500 cashmere sweater and a $5,000 Rolex, but if you top it off with a neon orange foam hat, you immediately look like you are on a lunch break from a landscaping job. There is nothing wrong with manual labor. It is noble, but we are talking about style here. We are talking about presenting yourself as a man of authority and competence in social settings. A piece of cheap plastic on your head contradicts that authority. Furthermore, these hats are structurally disastrous. The high, stiff foam front creates a weird boxy silhouette that makes the head look blocky. The mesh back offers zero protection from the sun for your scalp. The bright, artificial colors usually clash violently with the natural skin tone of a mature man, washing you out or making your skin look sallow. So, what is the alternative? If you need casual headwear that covers a bad hair day or keeps you warm, you must embrace the philosophy of silence. For the colder months, swap the logo hat for a merino wool beanie, also known as a watch cap. But be careful here. Do not wear the slouchy, baggy beanies that teenagers wear. You want a fisherman-style fit, cuffed, fitted close to the skull, and sitting just above the ears. It is utilitarian, masculine, and clean. It frames the face without distraction. Think of the rugged elegance of a dock worker or a naval officer. A navy blue, charcoal, or olive green beanie looks fantastic with a pea coat or a denim jacket. For warmer weather, if you simply must have a brim and the dad hat discussed earlier isn't enough, look for a high-quality bucket hat, but only if it is unstructured and made of premium cotton or waterproof canvas. However, the ultimate rule remains: no logos. Remove the noise. When you remove the brand names and the slogans, people are forced to look at you, not read your forehead. A gentleman does not advertise for other people. He advertises himself. Gentlemen, your wardrobe is an ecosystem. You cannot plant a plastic weed in the middle of a rose garden and expect it to go unnoticed. The hat is the final punctuation mark of your outfit. If it is backward, cheap, or loud, it turns a statement into a question. It asks, "Am I really confident?" instead of declaring, "I have arrived." Go to your closet tonight. Look at your hats. If they look like they belong to a teenager, a movie extra, or a gas station attendant, be ruthless. Throw them out. Replace them with texture, quality, and silence. Wear your years with dignity, from the boots up to the brim. Subscribe for more essential advice on building a timeless wardrobe. Stay sharp.